Welcome back to Hex Shards of Fate. In the last episode, which I totally didn't miss out recording the footage due to an issue with my computer, we worked our way to attack on Fort Romor, which is a human installation that was taken over by the Necrons. Necrons? No. Oh my god, I just played this like 3 days ago. Necrotic. What am I doing? Good lord, I'm an idiot. Okay, so I've already seen what's going to happen. It's actually a good thing. That way it can actually show you the right way to run through this dungeon and see all the cool stuff that's actually in it. So, starting from the top, Fort Romor sits on a wide clearing surrounded by a thick, ancient forest. Sneak through the trees, approaching the fort's gate with caution. You peck your way through the brush, keeping your footsteps light and silent. You pause to listen for voices and watch the fort's battlements for movement, but you detect nothing. Fort Romor has seen better days. The gates, as well as the attached wooden perimeter, are heavily damaged from recent skirmishes. It is very unnervingly quiet. Some of the buildings within the interior of the fort lie in ruins. The oily smoke of fires from recent battles here sting your eyes, which are actually giant gems, so I don't think how they can sting your... Okay, whatever. 3 of the primary structures are still standing. The barracks to the north, the command post to the northwest, and the stables to the northeast. And we walk up to the gate. So we have 3 objectives. We need to take over the gate, which is where we're at now. This is the stables. We have the barracks, and we have the command house. I think that's what it's called. Yep, command post. So I'm going to do it in the exact order that I did it last time, just because I figure I'll do it in the same way. What? Where'd you come from? I'll let you take the oldest horse you have and flee with your life. Flee? The Legionnaires do not flee, Necrotic. We are charged by His Majesty King Gabriel himself to patrolling and defending the barracks in the free realm from hostile incursions and preventing aggressions with pretentious intent from... Ugh. Stop. If you're going to flee or shut up, then you die. So first off is a Legionnaire. The theme of this deck, or this encounter, is going to be fighting the 3 major colors of the humans. Blue, red, and diamond, or white. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be fighting each one of them separately and building up our resources for something to come later on in the dungeon. And I think that this mechanic is super fun as we do it. So we look at our hand, and we're going to redraw, because that is garbage. Apologies ahead of time, you might be hearing I have a new keyboard. I haven't set up my sound system to bleed out a giant... Here, I'll just let you listen. Yeah, it's kind of loud. I got a new Razer keyboard, so it's going to be a little noisy. I apologize ahead of time. So we have a decent curve. We have 2 5s and a 4, and we also can draw something out of the one-shot trained ability, which can get us any creature out of our deck, so that's definitely up in the air. But that's still something we can do on turn 2. So we'll draw and see what we get. Another blood. And boom. What do we got? That's a really good one to have. Alright. So I think our turn 4 will actually be her, and then we'll lead in... We're going to go Stalwart into Edie into High Inquisitrix. That way on turn 6, we will have a good amount of stuff that we can swap around between characters. Unless we get something on this turn that might be useful. Alright, it's better than nothing. And he is trained, so he's going to be a 2-2. Alright. So a few things. At the time we're recording right now, we are currently in the Conscension, which is the event they do every year during Gen Con, where you are able to earn packs and prizes through dungeons. I've been holding off on running dungeons during the event, mainly because I didn't want to run this so many times where I'm going to have a lot of advantage or my XP going up too much. Now, that being said, I did screw up the recording, but right now I think we're in a good spot. I'm going to be running the Emerald Dream as well as Fort Romor a lot to earn enough resources to kind of get what I want, because I'm trying to get the evocation packs for running dungeons, which is a 50-50 chance, which I will not be using in the run unless specifically said. So just so you know, at the end of the dungeon you might see a pack show up, and I will show off what I get from these packs for if I do earn them. So keep that in mind. I don't even think I read aloud what his actual ability is. Essentially, deal damage to your target troop equal to the highest attack among troops you control. So good thing I got rid of that 2-1. And then you have the Enchantress. Okay, she gives Swift Strike. Meh. So we have a change of plans to do the Shard breakdown. I am going to... we'll go blood on this. I'm gonna play High Inquisitor. Turn early. That way I can play her next turn in case anything happens, but I still have a 4-5 flyer, haste, all that fun stuff. And I think my deck is very fitting at this point, since it kind of fits with the theme of both dungeons. Like, I'm a necrotic, they're human, we're kind of fighting, and most of my cards are. Alright. Oh no, damn it. Fine. So she gets... No, she doesn't get anything because she's lesser. Ha! Alright, my turn. I'm going to draw... Citizenry. Alright. So I'm going to shift over... No, I want to attack first. Alright, in the second phase, I'm going to shift Life Drain onto him. And I'm going to play Noble Citizenry on him as well. Okay, additional attack, and it gets a lot of bonuses, but nothing too scary. What's the power? Oh yes, I do want to activate her. And we'll enter combat. Since they're both steadfast, we will deal damage like so. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We want to get rid of, yeah, 3 for 1 trade. I'll take it. Cool. When a power is shifted onto a troop, you control that troop gets +2/+2, then a random opposing troop gets -2/-2. So we will... Man, you're making it almost like I should just shift everything on Edie. Give me a 1/1 necrotic. Oh, that's not too bad. We're going to... shift Flight onto her. And then that gets -2/-2. I will then play Triceratops. Hopefully gets... Oh, that's not the one I wanted, but I still think that's fine. We'll deal 2 there. Gain 2 life. And then enter combat. And that's game. Fairly simple fight. I always found that Inspire was a creative mechanic, but I think it's a slow mechanic because you really need to have an opponent that can't counteract all of your instance kill spells and stuff like that. So you need to be playing against an aggro deck that isn't really considering all of your stuff going on with your Inspire, letting it just kind of happen. We have a bold one here, I see. To walk brashly into the command center of Ardent Operations and expect to walk out alive is almost commendable in its recklessness. Spare me. Most of your command is dead. But not all, Necrotic. Not all. I still have a sword, and you surely have guts that I can drive it into. Oh? There must be more humans alive here. Tell me, where are they hiding? Reinforcements are marching onto the fort as we speak. Fort Caradan shall never again fall into the despicable clutches of the underworld. I might die here, Necrotic, but you will too. This is certain. After you, Commander. So he is based off the white deck, mono white. He will be doing a lot of healing, I presume. I didn't get to see too much in him because he kind of got mana screwed and didn't mulligan, so it's just like, I'm just going to let things happen. Yay! Ooh, the frame rate dropped there really weird. I guess she's a free blocker right now. Cleric? No. Interesting. Fine. So I've got my full mana curve. I just got to draw stuff. And we got control in case anything big comes into play. We'll go white. I don't think there's anything in my deck that requires 3 of any threshold anymore. So we're pretty good. We're gonna go up to turn 5. We're gonna have this ability on turn 4. No, that's gonna be turn 5. My apologies. And we're just gonna have a steady 1/1 blocker that's gonna give zero shoots about it. I know I've cussed in the past. 1/3. All right, he's gonna have to go away. We're gonna play her first. What's fun is, since she is I believe she's a newer card. Yeah, she's from Armies, Fate. The game doesn't know how to handle her special ability very often, so when they attack, they kind of, they'll go in. You get 1 armor. Armor is a really awful ability, and I should have remembered this back in the day. So essentially, I have to deal 2 damage to actually penetrate his armor. And he gets that every 3 turns. It's pretty scary. As another troop gets into play, it gets +0, +2. Okay. Okay. Free block. Swift Strike Train. So a 3/3 for 2 Swift Strike. Yes, please. Next turn, I will most likely play Killblade as well as get something out of my deck. Noble Citizenry on him. 4/4. Alright. Got 1 mana on him. We'll block like that. Neat! Pull from the deck. Gets us a Banshee for next turn, and we play a couple of Oops. Nah, it's not worth it, especially if he has any combat tricks. I do have to penetrate his forces before I can really deal damage, because I don't want him to build up too much armor. Because I don't think there's anything right now that can... 2-5 isn't bad. Get rid of the 4-4, that's giving everything +2 to defense. And there's another recruiter. Extinction, last case scenario. Like, worst case scenario. Throw you down. And then attack. So I'm going to deal 2 damage. He's going to go down 13. He's probably the hardest out of the 3 from what I've dealt with so far. Because he's got cards like this. Ooh boy. He's going to play anything else? No, he's just going to attack. She's so good in any deck that's running white. She's whiter blood, actually, so I am super happy with her. We're going to use the charge ability to move him. And we're going to swing with 4-3. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Noble Citizenry, mainly because they are just a give +2/+2 to another character. What is that, though? Troops you control have +2/+2, and humans you control get Steadfast and Swift Strike this turn. Alright. And then he gains another armor. Huh. Very interesting. I'm not sure why he did that. Nah, we're gonna save the inner conflict. Just gonna slowly pluck at him. Pluck, pluck, pluck. So, do I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? That is enough for game. Unless he has something that will prevent all damage that will be dealt this turn, which would be unfortunate. I was gonna play it safe, but drawing the second one, I'm just like, I got game on the board. Yeah, that's exactly 7. So he's, yeah, definitely the hardest of the 3. Very, very impressed with how he whooped me, essentially. Rummage through the clutter of documents. Most of the documents involve preparations and strategies for the recent human assault. One parchment near the top of the pile catches your eye. Judging by the fresh ink on the mostly intact paper, your guess that the letter has arrived very recently. Commander Hawthorne, I have received your urgent plea for assistance. I served for a time at Fort Caradon. I recognize how important this location is for maintaining supply lines for the Argent forces pushing into underworld territory. It is crucial to wrest the fort from the enemy's grasps permanently. From what I have understood, while Fort Caradon was under the control of Necrotic, they renamed it to Fort Romor and raised their own flag on the battlements. This is a disgrace An insult to noble King Caradan 1514, I don't know, for whom the fort was originally named. The land of the south of the fort still bears the scars of the skirmishes those diamond filth launched on the fort. There is no doubt there will be attempts another assault. In fact, I assume that by this time you read this, they already have. Shocker, shocker. I just so happened that the other lords of the Triumvirate, whatever, have been in Ren's Karis Citadel on another matter entirely. It is most fortunate that I received your entry when I did, for I have discussed that the urgent of Fort entirely needs to supply your request. Soon I dispatch this missive. 3 of us shall mount up and ride to the fort in urgent haste. Lord Benjamin shall arrive first. He is leading a strike flying forces that shall attack the fort from the air. Lord Alexander will be led the second wave, consisting mostly of mobile infantry that will move quickly and penetrate our outer perimeter and fort before the enemy has a chance to respond. And I will I will arrive last with the bulk of the ardent forces. Make courage your shield and conviction your sword. We will be coming. Keep in mind the order of which they're appearing and what they're going to be bringing. First will be Lord Alexander from the skies, and then a second will be a fast attack from land, and third, a bulk force at the end. Keep that in mind. Ronwin. The barracks is the largest building in the fort and is still standing. The human reinforcements enforcing the portions of the structure were damaged in the recent assault. A human surveying the reconstruction approaches you. Fort Romor belongs to the Necrotic, and always will. You must leave. You dare make demands of me, Necrotic? Your kind are blight and abomination, a disease that infects Entrath to its core. We just beat back your kind, Fort Romor, and we will do it again, and again. I don't know why he's like a very, very angry, pudgy man. He's a very skinny, like, mage dude. Then I will... Well, I tried diplomacy, human. So he will be the blue group. When a mage enters the play under your control, create a random sapphire action with the cost of 1 and put it into your hand. This one is a very annoying deck, but it is not the most unmanageable. Again, with the red and white deck, they focus primarily on life gain and inspire. This deck is more of a control deck. And in a control versus control situation, it's whoever has a handle on the board without using all of their resources wins. So it's definitely a game of using what you can to the best effect. I really like this hand. If anything, we will definitely get a Dead Eye on turn 3 and our Shin Hair on turn 1. Turn 2, if we don't draw anything, we'll be able to grab something out of the deck with our random trained ability and go from there. What do you got for me? Show me what you got. Triceratops. Alright. Draw a card. Wailing Banshee. Alright. She's going to be a 5/4. Oh, wow. I'm actually going to play her next turn. And then swing for 1 damage. Take that. Whoop. He does have a second ability. When a mage enters the battlefield under your control. Oh, add a day's counter to target opponent. Opposing champion. Days counters. If he does put a days counter on me, I can definitely show you what's going to happen. Because I'm not going to be able to play anything that turn. Yes, he is going to put a days counter on me. So what a day's counter is essentially increases the cost of all the cards in my hand. Which is not fun. Halts my progress greatly. One shot, exhaust target troop. I'm gonna bait it out. Take out a 2/2 with 1/1. Always a good trade. Mind color. When this enters play, choose a card in your hand. It cost gets -1. Interesting. Do I want to? No, its effects already happened. If I just get the Wailing Banshee out, we'll be fine. Go. Actually, we want her. And then we will strike with great vengeance. So the reason why I want to put her out is because she's necrotic, and we'll be able to use Force of the Tomb, getting 2 1/1s, which I presume, since it's a blue deck, there's going to be a lot of flyers. Alright, another day's counter. Fine. Meh. Mentalist, whenever you deal damage to an opposing champion, draw a card. Fantastic. And her. Okay. Fine. Wait, trained. She was a 2/2, 3. Okay. My math was horribly wrong on that. No, Dingler! I'll take your pitiful 5 damage. Bwahaha. Gonna attack with her first. Deal with 2. Activate the power. Get 2 1/1 spirits. And then I will play. Which is not very good because we don't have a color. But in the end, I don't think it's a big dealio. And another day's counter. Okay. We'll block with Dingler. Good thing we have the spirits. And +1/+1. I think we might have to kill. Oh, it's not a flyer. Other creatures, yes. That is definitely the situation we have to come by right now. And entering combat. Force the block. No block. Perfect. He's baiting at something. Yep. Fish hands? What? Oh, I got it. I see what he did there. I was really confused for a second. I'm like, why is he putting fish hands on me? Cool. But no, that was actually a really good play. We're gonna go notable citizenry. We're gonna give our fast attacker +2/+2, which causes it to exhaust, which perfectly fine with. Entering combat. Deal 2 more damage. Get 5, which I'm not too worried about. Yeah, this definitely is the longest fight out of the ones we have. You have 7 mana open. I can take 1 damage. Alright, so... deal more, draw more cards. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. You may put the revealed artifact into your hand, put the remaining cards into your deck. What kind of artifact is he going to get? Nothing. Okay. That will work out fairly well. Swing with board. Force something to happen. If anything, I can just start shifting onto the spirits. No, he killed himself. Interesting. I'm going to split this up into 2 parts because the next section is going to be another 3 fights. I figure it'll be a little bit easier to digest. Anyways, hope you're enjoying the video so far. Please let me know what you're thinking of the series. If you guys are enjoying it, if you have improvements, ideas, suggestions, please let me know. I'm always open to that kind of stuff. And I will see you in part 2 of Fort Romor. See you then.